He pulls out the Dr. Mario to have a big shift in matchup. But Wolf, obviously, a hugely strong character. We know what he does. He's very, very powerful, and he will be commanding the space as long as he can. So we're getting underway with our next top 8 game. Again, the loser of this will be taking home 7th.
Exactly. Oryon already got that early grab, those early grab combos, the anti-airs with the disjoints. But Tarik chasing Oryon down on the roll. That is an extremely hard read to make to start the game off. You don't often see someone go for a read like that at the start of the game. Oftentimes, these players try to feel each other out, but not Tarik. He's here to play the jab lock into the forward tilt, the reset. Tries to feel out with the roll back, but not enough pressure to really get a panic option out of Oryon. His composure this weekend has been immaculate. He's been in so many neck-and-neck situations versus S1, versus Super Semi.
Absolutely,
but every single time, he does not let himself lose control. He is cool, calm, and collected, and that punish is an accumulation of that work.
Yeah, absolutely, and a nice strong stock from him coming out there, just managing to get so many confirms from everything that he's got, the extensions, and he just does not ever stop the pressure. It never relents, and that's definitely what he's trying to show here. Tarik is trying to get his footing into this game right now. Feeling out still a few, just more than anything else, the movement and the defensive options from Oryon.
I think
through the Shadow Sneak to keep himself safe, but the Wolf Flash there will
I think what is very important here is that Tarik, he started off, as we mentioned, with a big read, right? And he's been trying to push his momentum, but Oryon, he's playing so solidly, he's not letting Tarik go for those gimmicky setups, for the high risk, high reward stuff. He knows he has Wolf, he has those big hitboxes that can last, that can deny those big setups just by throwing out a neutral, just by throwing out a dash attack, right? And that is preventing Tarik from playing the game he wants to do, and now he's forced to play to Oryon's rhythm, and Oryon's speed is not what Tarik is comfortable with.
Absolutely.
Oh, the parry! Very well done.
Into down tilt there with his push. Oh, sorry,
The blaster, nice extra damage, and this is why I love Oryon's gameplay. It's so methodical, it's so well thought out. He is on a roll here, and Tarik, he's trying to pull out the big guns, but the big guns don't work versus a player like Oryon. And he's having, like you mentioned, he's having issues finding his footing. See that empty hop? That's something you do after conditioning strong landing aerials, but he hasn't conditioned Oryon into those strong landing aerials yet.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Tarik looks like he's off to a he's looking to be off to a fast start, but Oryon is not letting it happen.
Yeah, still trying to find his way in here. I mean, again, a little bit wayward with the defense. Does get that parry into drop down forward air. Going to be a nice, the first thing he's really shown.
The water.
And he keeps doing it, but you can see just managing to get back that air speed, pushing him forward. He's not just like pushed out completely. I feel like if there was a little bit more pressure from, if he managed to use like, you know, the high jump out and back in, he could have maybe got that a bit more.
That's exactly what we mentioned before, is sometimes the water is very impactful, sometimes it doesn't really do much
for
you,
Drop down again, yeah. Drop down from the platform there, gets that F air, will take that stock back. A deficit to work on of quite a large amount. Just managing to avoid the 3 stock at least, which is a good answer to the a rather tentative game start for him in this first match here.
Of course, even if he does not get the win, he does have to prevent Oryon from just grabbing all the momentum that he can. That's a solid 2 stock coming out here for France.
Far end of the stage as well with that back air. It's a very powerful hitbox, as we know, and I will never stop saying it, because some people were like, oh, damn, that was powerful. Yes, it is. Incredibly.
It's an aerial smash attack.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, I really want to highlight the interactions there. We saw Tarik off to a quick start, going for those hard reads for the big setups, and Oryon, he's just saying no.
Yes.
You do not get to play around with me like that.
Of course.
And that is one of the things that is so strong about Wolf. You can assert your will. You can be very proactive, putting out hitboxes, because they're almost always stronger than your opponents.
Switching over to the Pokemon trainer, as you're saying, definitely felt that he couldn't really make the dent he needed to with Greninja. So hoping that, a variety of matchups and a variety of playstyles will allow him to kind of build a lot more pressure from the ground up, find a way into a game, and stack up pressure 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep that going. Transitioning his gameplay as the match goes on might be a way to kind of trip up Oryon and try and displace that momentum that he's had so far in game 1.
But this is not a good matchup for Pokemon Trainer. Squirtle gets heavily outranged, and Ivysaur and Charizard just don't do well in the neutral. So in this scenario, you have to wonder, why did Tarik pick? I mean, he wants to mix it up, right? But this is not the mix-up that he needs.
It's probably a case of comfort pick, though.
Right.
Players feel that regardless of matchup, if you're more comfortable on a character in a situation, the matchup doesn't always mean that much. You know, it's only data to tell you a bit of information.
That punish was on a whole nother level. While the neutral air was busy, what was going on, he did an up smash out of shield and he crouched under the hitbox, actually getting the punish and almost the KO. Now it's all up to Charizard. How will Tarik make his way out of this situation? He will survive due to that big body.
Allowing the heaviness just to keep him alive just for a little bit longer. That landing there on stage goes through the platform as well and hits hits very, very low. So making use of these larger hitboxes maybe just to find his way in. That run up, that was an interesting roll back where he just kind of went straight through. I know exactly what you're doing. I will find you wherever you are and punish.
He knew that Tarik was in such a high percentage that he was not going to take a risky option out of shield, right? And if you do not take a risky option out of shield, Oryon was just waiting for the defensive option, and Tarik gave exactly what Oryon was waiting for. That roll was not the option to go for, and there we see the forward air walling, just outraging Squirtle left and right. There's no way for Tarik to really get in, and if he does, the damage is not that bad.
Yeah, and then obviously connecting that into even more. And I see here, Tarik is getting a little bit, just finding other options that he can do just to try and meet that range, that outrange where he can. Difficult, but finding his way in. You know, just throwing out these down tilts, just keeping, you know,
the forward tilts.
The forward tilts, keeping Oryon just a little bit, you know, honest.
Oh, the
knocking
two-frame
back
on the excellent recovery by Oryon, actually angling it a little bit to make use of the drift of the aerial speed, and Wolf does get at the end of his up B. Very well done. Tarik probably should have been ready right there, but he wasn't, and that is Oryon just asserting his will on this match. No way for Tarik to break through. He was looking for a grab, but Oryon was just so composed, and as soon as Tarik wanted to grab, Oryon had the answer. Oryon is looking untouchable right now.
Very strong indeed. So far, Tarik hasn't really had an answer. Getting caught.
Untouchable.
And forward tilt, very nice. It's such a strong hitbox as well. But Tarik needs to do something soon. Okay, nice tech there. Immediately, good defense and awareness and preparation, anticipation of that offense coming out from Tarik. Still needs to just confirm this stock if he can.
Ooh.
Going through with the withdrawal, very nice. Pushing him back there once again. Has that jump still, so easy recovery.
He really wants to get this KO with Squirtle because that means that he starts the next stock with Squirtle as well, and that allows him to get those early percents. Going to Ivysaur will open him up to extremely strong advantage that Wolf does have, but this is close to a KO. Squirtle is one of the lightest characters in the game, and this is a full rage Wolf. Squirtle at 98%, that up smash would have done it.
Scoop didn't quite connect there.
Oryon looking so very strong. He's not advancing too much. He is staying static. He knows that if he connects forward, he cannot utilize his range advantage as much as usual.
Back throw coming out, goes very, very deep there. Okay, so the recovery is going to be coming out from Tarik. Neutral get up, doesn't get punished immediately.
Oryon is playing outside of the burst range, but Tarik is kind of taking the risk right there.
Again, Oryon kind of waiting for these falling through platform and just connecting where he can. These landing forward airs coming out again from Tarik is a quick recovery onto the ground, but gets traded there, and that will be game 2 going over to Oryon. Strong performance from him so far. Tarik yet to answer back, having a conversation with himself, trying to work out what he wants to do. I believe there's something left in Tarik's tank here. He's not done yet. I don't want to sit there in court and just say that he's done here. He's made it this far already, and he's had to put a lot into the ether there to kind of get to this point. So he's not going to bow out that easy.
He is one of Germany's best, and I mean, even though Oryon is showing such dominance, I feel, as you mentioned, Tarik definitely has some tricks up his sleeve. He has that Greninja, and he has the playstyle to win this. He can play that solid game, that methodical game. He just needs to tap into it.
Of course. He's shown it time and time again, and probably against Wolves in the past. But when you're going straight back to the Greninja, and realize he wanted to try it out. Realized, as you were mentioning, that there were elements of it that just didn't work out in his favor. Going back to the Greninja, and Oryon doesn't want to switch, doesn't want to bring out the dock, wants to just end this now before Tarik can get any momentum. But we're back to Pokemon Stadium. Tarik on that Greninja once more. See what he can bring out into this game, but hopefully he managed to get as much information as he can about certain elements. Again, the dash attack coming out. The thing with Greninja is that he has a lot of confirms from very simple things like dash attack, down tilt,
dash attack, back air. Look at that, the attack cancel as well into another one. The advantage set's looking strong.
Good angle there. Good angle there from Oryon to recover.
Early LB, that is very rare for Wolves, but it is the mix-up that you need. If you do not stay unpredictable, you will get gimped, especially by Greninja.
Indeed. So again, just throwing out these shurikens, keeping a space open as much as possible. wanting to be in control of the pacing.
Yep.
You can see he's got that the percentage lead already at this point. You know, I'll let you make this next move. I have the early lead.
Exactly.
I can camp you out if I really want to. How are you going to respond to what I've thrown out now?
Yeah.
Goes in, sees the blasters being pulled out, immediately close the gap, and immediately punished.
Nice mix-up with the up B, not going for the side B there. Tarik was throwing out the Hydro Pump, trying to beat the Wolf Flash, but it was not what Oryon wanted to do.
Forward
nice mix-up, but
yeah.
Tarik immediately finding his footing again, and he's pushing all the way. And this is exactly what I mentioned before. Tarik can play the slow and patient game. He just needs to tap into it, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's not going for the tricksies. He's waiting out Orion's first moves, and then he's beating it straight up with his own spacing. He's moving back and punishing, just like that. Moving back with punish, utilizing that disjointed grab, utilizing that extremely fast dash attack as well.
Very nice, nice. Running back and like kind of forcing the roll on stage. Pivot grab comes out immediately afterwards. Tarik definitely doing a much better job here of just about allowing Oryon to make the move and then playing in a more reactive manner.
He was setting up way too proactive in that first game, but the recovery does go through. He does make his way out of the corner, just barely.
He does have to be careful though, because we do remember that Wolf has these powerful hitboxes. 86% with a full rage is going to be powerful enough, but Tarik sends him to the sky with an up throw, removes the pressure of at least the rage for now.
Talking about moving back and punishing, that was excellent. Tarik with the mix-up kill throw, something you don't see too often nowadays. Tarik, he's looking like an entirely different player.
Into back air once again, really pushing a lot more pace here, playing with a lot more confidence. Needs to, okay, waiting for that one, try to go out, throw out, double up smash. Nothing coming out from there just now.
Exactly, and this is Tarik at his finest. He is no longer playing Oryon's game. He has decided what the game pace should be. He has the lead. He will not approach if he does not see fit. He's looking for the opening, and you already see Oryon, he's no longer relying on Blaster. Last time he did that, he got forward aired immediately.
Trying it again once more, but Oryon playing safe to that one. Goes for the Shadow Sneak. Very rare SYN move, but you know, try it out, why not? See if your opponent can, you know, drop shield in that scenario. Didn't work out for him just yet. Once again, back to his neutral, but a landing fair comes out.
The interception.
Met the jump earlier. I think he's out of a jump, so has to go for the up B now. But yeah.
Tarik was waiting for a jump right there, but excellent punish. Oryon, he was in shield, he was sitting there. Oryon actually being cheeky, looking over at Tarik. And Tarik, you know, he's still in the lead, he still has control. He just has to stay composed. A rare blaster right there. Tarik immediately reacting with the forward air again, this time not on time to get the punish. Oryon, he's really mixing in the blasters this time around, adjusting his neutral just like Tarik did. Yeah. The back and forth adaptation is looking extremely potent here.
Yes. So, Tarik trying to hold on to this lead, as just keep himself in as safe as possible whilst exerting as much pressure at the same time. The spacing is something we've definitely seen. Empty jump into turnaround grab, very nice and clean. Allowing Oryon to feel that like there's nothing major coming, and then turning on the pressure immediately. These reversals of speed is definitely what Tarik is trying to utilize in this third game to try and get himself on the board.
But what we're noticing right now is Tarik playing a lot more aggressively, and every time he moves forward, Oryon is there to meet him with the anti-air forward air, but he still has a jump. He will make it back. Oryon moving forward just a little bit. Look at that. Faking the aggression, but Tarik, this time around, he went all in. A little bit of a pop-off as well, shouting. He's ready to take this game and, you know, really put himself on the board.
Yeah, he's just really calling out a lot of the options there. We've seen it twice now. He's waiting for the blaster to come out, immediately closes down the space and cuts out.
Tarik with the aggression now. He's no longer waiting. He will dial it back, but immediately jumping forward. Oryon, he's looking for the KO, but he's not quite finding it.
Indeed.
There's an air. Tarik's aggressive play is working out.
Doesn't get the last hit there as well. Gets the Shadow Stick though behind and turns it round. That was how he won the game to get into top 8. And that's the game he gets to stop his way out of top 8. Tarik is showing that he's still got something there, and that's exactly what we're waiting. You're talking about the moving back. You're talking about the opening up space, but specifically, he was just waiting. It's not like yes, he's opening up the space, but it's just like, you have your show me what you've got, and I will punish it immediately. And the blaster, we've seen Oryon be a little bit trigger happy, and he's definitely throwing out a lot more. And that's immediately when Tarik is finding the way in. Greninja has the speed, he's got the hitboxes, so you know, that's something that he can definitely do. And Oryon got caught out multiple times by, you know, blaster at space, blaster at slightly less space, blaster punish. And he needs to wise up to that, because Tarik will be utilizing that more and more.
See, the thing is, Tarik was playing so defensively, and then at the end of that game, he was mixing it up with a lot of offense, and Oryon was not ready for that playstyle mix-up. And I have to say, I'm a little bit iffy on that because I feel like Tarik has to he needs to utilize that defensive playstyle as his go-to, but I feel like he's fallen into that offensive speed now, and that is exactly what Oryon is looking for. Look at that. The early aggression is working out in Oryon's favor. He's answering every hitbox that Tarik is throwing out, all the movement as well. Oryon is there to intercept.
And I kind of feel that, you know, a slight change when it comes to the stage here is that, you know, Tarik's been keeping to the edges where the platforms are above him and there's space in the middle for him to get the quick jump in and space using the empty space in the middle. But the Smashville platform in the center is kind of preventing that, making it harder to implement. So I think that's going to be an interesting part of this matchup, is how exactly Oryon's going to use, you know, the middle platform as a way to keep himself safer at the edges.
I definitely agree with that.
From an encroaching, specifically. Yeah. From an encroaching position.
But Oryon here is looking extremely, extremely strong. As I mentioned, Tarik is playing a lot more aggressively again, and that didn't work out the first game. And this time around, it's not working out either. There's a lot more weights mixed into it for Tarik, but still, it's those aggressive moments that are really working out in Oryon's favor. Look at that. The pressure that is being put on by Wolf with those strong hitboxes, with those strong aerials especially. It's very hard for Tarik to deal with. The double jump back to stage, very ill-advised, and the down smash will capitalize on that recovery.
I think he took his jump as well, so he had to go for a more direct angle than go underneath, and that was exactly what, you know, Oryon was looking for a clean punish with that down smash.
Tarik just not playing very well right now. The up smash convert will not KO. He still has his jump, did not get hit by the water either. Oryon is looking safe, and there's the big hitbox. It's good combo right there. The angled F tilt to end it,
nice
and the landing punish. Moving back 101, Oryon just baiting out the options from Tarik, and Tarik.
Very nice, turnaround forward smash will be the one. Saw the moment of opportunity where Oryon left his defenses open. A little bit too much, I guess that's the thing. The over-aggression. It's not over-aggression until it is. You know, it's solid aggression, then he just pushed a little too far.
The thing is,
needs to know when to bring the feet off the gas.
Yeah, it's very hard to judge when you are overextending against Wolf, because a lot of things can be overextension versus those amazing hitboxes, versus that amazing airspeed, versus that amazing KO power as well.
Yes.
There's so many tools in that kit, and at the end of the day, Greninja just does not have that same potency. He's much more of a character of highs and lows, and in that kind of perspective, it will be Oryon winning the situations when Tarik is playing very aggressively, very forward moving.
Yeah, Tarik getting that up, bringing this game back to an even game after a very strong start from Oryon in game 4. Just looking at that.
Nice grab, a little bit of a break, but the mash coming out. Tarik is definitely not asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, recovery though, as simple there. Nothing to really do there. Just kind of waited and had no option, so move back. Goes in with the...
Yeah, he tried to ledge trap with that backward movement again, but he was a little bit off on the spacing there. This time around, does get the grab, does get the Hydro Pump.
Immediate punish. There we go. He's been looking for that. Found the timing right that time. Tarik once again has this lead. A slow comeback, but there it is. He knows what he needs to do. He's got the information now. There's the scoop. Does miss. The shield was apt from Tarik.
That is a punish, but Oryon was not expecting it at that timing. Tarik really mixing up his offenses right there in terms of timings.
Yeah, and seeing again Oryon come in, spaces back, and then gets a trade. Not a big one there. Get up attack is enough. Oryon maybe looking for a neutral get up again to punish, but not much there. Gets the back throw, not going to be enough just yet.
Nice reaction. If he did pummel, that would have been it. Oryon has to be cursing his luck right there, but the forward tilt angle down will 2-frame, and that is one of the things Oryon does very well. He does not force the KO.
There was a wayward jab there that wasn't punished. Scary stuff for Tarik in this beginning. We know how much percentage Wolf can tack on at those lower percents. When he's getting those landing fares, it's scary stuff. There's one.
Oof, the anti-air forward air, such a strong sweeping hitbox. Tarik has to move around those hitboxes constantly, and look at Tarik, he's really, really feinting a lot. There's been no direct hits on Oryon. As soon as Oryon commits forward, there is Tarik with the interception, but if Oryon can intercept
Speaking of interceptions,
the feints are not working out for Tarik. Oryon has caught on. Oryon is now playing very directly, and the down smash 2-frame almost connecting there.
There's the net into back air though. Tarik looking for a moment here to get the punish if he can. Can't get the Hydro Pump at that percentage, so just waits on stage and allows Oryon positions that he can find a new way in. At this point though, Tarik is looking for one of those bigger hits, looking for maybe that you know, those immediate setups, the dash attack, all that down tilt to pop up if he can. But you know, Oryon throwing out a lot of high and heavy hitboxes. Tarik has to be careful.
Tarik has just not thrown out any hitboxes so far. A few feinting nairs, a down tilt on shield, but nothing big. He's really waiting for an opportunity. He's waiting for something safe, and it's exactly how he needs to play. But a little bit of an overreach, and Oryon playing extremely patient
Dash
himself.
Attack, scary time to get that one now with the Shadow Sneak.
Oh, the high recovery into the punish. Would that be enough? It will be Oryon. The presence of mind of a genius. What a prodigy. Such amazing gameplay, and I love the ending of that set. Just talking in terms of storyline, we saw the first game, Tarik trying to pull out the big guns, but Oryon just slow and steady, working on that victory. Second game, a little bit of experimentation for Tarik, feeling out the opponent, and then he gets that win.
Well,
he figures out Oryon.
It happened to us all over the course of this
Oryon
weekend.
has time.
Tarik heard his final curtain call in the form of Oryon bowing out of the tournament at 7th place. But please, everybody, again, it doesn't stop there. Playing for a place in winners finals, please welcome the Dutch prodigy, SYN!